Hello everyone, welcome to the Opinions Podcast. Why? Because opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one and so do I. So the way this project is going is basically, I was doing a short film and my character had a podcast, this podcast, and I figured why not actually do it? So the idea behind the podcast is I get a dictionary, I open it, put my finger down, and the word that we look at is what this discussion is going to be about. And the first word is, for this episode, highlighting so I don't repeat. First word for this episode is grunt. Grunts, grunting, grunted. 1. Makes a pig's gruff snort. 2. Speaks or say gruffly. Noun. From Old English, grunatan, imitating the sound. Okay, so grunt, that's what we're talking about here. Guess I should introduce myself. I don't know. I have many names that I go by, but some people know me. My two alter egos and my pseudonyms usually go by either Attila or Brendan. And I'm not sure how frequent this is going to be, but we're going to give it a whirl. You know, the fact is that I'm alone. I don't have right now I'm not interviewing anyone, I'm just chatting. So I'm not really sure how long these are going to be, but we're going to try and just keep this, I guess, short for now. I don't know, 15 minutes, like maybe less. It just depends on the topic, and right now I'm just testing this out, and frankly, I don't even have much time because I got to go to an appointment. I'm late, I'm behind. But anyways, so grunting, grunting. Is there intentional grunting? Unintentional grunting? There's both. Why would you intentionally grunt? I guess if, like me, I guess you're a performer, if you're performing, or if you're an actor, because again, those two things are different. Again, we don't have to stay on topic, it's just, that's the word that gets going. Grunt. It does say pigly grunt, like a pig, it mentioned that as a reference, but do pigs grunt? Is that something that they really do? I don't know. When you think grunting, you think humans grunt, that's what they do, right? So, grunt. Could I consider to say that I've ever made that a grunt? I don't know. Have I grunted before? I guess I have. Well, let's look at weightlifting. When you're lifting a super aggressive weight, is that a grunt? I don't know, but it helps you. I can tell you it really does actually help you. It really does. The forcefulness of letting out an exertion of noise, that really does help. It has been scientifically proven. Of screaming out through pain does, reduce the pain. And they even, has been lots of discussions going on about swearing and what swearing does for pain. And it really has. The research has been done. If you swear, if you're in pain, when you're in pain, it actually reduces the pain. Now, again, why? The big question, you're looking at, well, is it the word or is it the sound? The noise that you're making. And, it is cultural, right? Because if you look at a swear word in one language versus another, unless you understand that swear word, you're not going to react to it the same way as if you do understand it. So we're taking English right now because they're speaking English. If I say the word fuck, that's going to take away my pain. Sure, we get this, and you can look this up, right? But that only takes away my pain because I've associated the word fuck as a stress reliever in our society. So it could be anything as long as you associate a certain thing with a certain sound, noise. Like, to you, the language that you understand is not a noise, it's not a sound. Because you understand it. And people forget to think, well, wait a minute, people that don't understand English are having the same perception and understanding or non-understanding as a language that I listen to that I don't understand. So we do forget this a lot. Unless you have an interest in languages, but the reality is it is about language and understanding that language, what that language does for you. Now, I do speak multiple languages. I speak English, Hungarian. I did speak French, and I still kind of do. I understand a little. I used to speak quite a lot because I lived in Quebec for a while, in France. I was there for a while. And then I started studying sign language, right? So it's just a matter of understanding. Because language is an association to feeling and events and what you're taught, even if you understand the language. If the meaning of a word is not taught to you as in general society, accepted that meaning and that feeling, you're not going to react the same way. So it is about education, how you're raised, how you're taught. That is what it goes back to, right? That is the question of nature versus nurture, although interestingly enough, if you look at the film Three Identical Strangers, it has proven to 90%, I would say in the percentile, that it is in fact nature. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, because I just said film, I believe that was the point of the film, to say nature. Because they did these experiments, and the experiments did not go the way they thought they went. That's the reality. They're like, wow, this should have been nurture. Haha. Yes, a minor bit, but actually, it's nature. So, I'm actually going to cut this one short. I'm going to stop. I kind of want to, you know what, I just kind of hit multiple little ideas and thoughts quickly in this, which is not how it's going to go in the future. I'm just testing the waters out. And yeah, so I don't know about the frequency, but anyway, so that's that. So why don't you, anyways, tune in next time. I don't know when that's going to be, but thank you for listening. I'm going to do live streaming as well, so people can join in on the conversation. And I will cut you off. But if you've listened to this, then thank you very much for listening. And check back soon. Maybe I'll get another one up. I'm not really sure. But yeah, check back soon. And thank you again for listening. And this was Opinions. And remember, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and so do I.